Over the years, rappers have faced some of the most serious charges imaginable: murder, attempted murder, even sexual assault. But every now and then, the legal system twists in their favor. These are the stories of 5 rappers who stared down life-changing criminal charges and somehow walked away free. From missing evidence to drop cases and self-defense claims that shocked juries, these rappers managed to turn the justice system into their second act. Number 1, Nelly, accused on 2 continents. When you think of Nelly, you think of Hot in Here, Ride With Me, and that early 2000s charm that dominated radio. But in 2017, the St. Louis hitmaker found himself in headlines for all the wrong reasons. In October that year, a woman named Monique Green accused Nelly of ragging her on his tour bus after a concert near Seattle. Just 2 months later, another woman came forward in the UK, claiming Nelly had SA her after a separate show. Nelly flatly denied both accusations. He insisted the encounter with Green was consensual and that he'd never assaulted anyone. But as the investigations unfolded, both women refused to cooperate further. Green dropped her criminal complaint, and prosecutors in both the US and the UK announced they couldn't move forward without witness participation. For a moment, it looked like the damage was done. Green later filed a civil lawsuit for SA and defamation. Nelly countersued for slander, and after months of back and forth, they reached a confidential settlement in 2018. Nelly's lawyer claimed no money changed hands. Green's attorney said otherwise, but legally, it was over. By then, Nelly's public image had taken a hit, but from a criminal standpoint, he walked away clean. No conviction, no time served. Number 2, Snoop Dogg, the murder case that could have ended his career before he was Uncle Snoop, the smooth-talking icon everyone loves. He was a young rapper on trial for his life. In 1993, Snoop Dogg, then known as Snoop Doggy Dogg, was at the height of his fame. His debut album, Doggy Style, was about to explode, and his partnership with Dr. Dre made him one of hip-hop's rising stars. But behind the success was a real-life murder investigation. Snoop and his bodyguard, McKinley Malik Lee, were charged with first-degree murder for the death of a man named Philip Waldemariam, a rival gang member shot after a heated confrontation in Los Angeles. Prosecutors painted Snoop as the mastermind, accusing him of orchestrating the shooting from inside his vehicle. But when the case went to trial, everything started to fall apart for the prosecution. Key evidence, including Waldemariam's bloody clothes, a bullet, and a casing had gone missing while in LAPD custody. Even worse, 2 witnesses who originally said Waldemariam was unarmed later admitted they had hidden his gun after the shooting. Snoop's defense argued the shooting was self-defense. Lee had fired only because Waldemariam threatened them. The jury agreed. After months in court, Snoop and his bodyguard were acquitted of all murder charges in February 1996. The jury deadlocked on lesser charges like manslaughter, but the district attorney chose not to retry. Waldemariam's family did sue Snoop in a civil case, which was quietly settled that same year. But from that moment, the rapper who once faced life in prison became a symbol of beating the odds. He even immortalized it in his music video. Murder was the case, turning one of the darkest moments of his life into a defining chapter of his legacy. Number 3, Gucci Mane, the trap legend's self-defense story. Gucci Mane's story reads like a southern hip-hop thriller. In 2005, before he became one of Atlanta's most influential rappers, Gucci, real name Radrick Davis, found himself at the center of a murder investigation that stemmed directly from his feud with fellow rapper Young Jeezy. It all started with a robbery attempt. According to Gucci, a group of men broke into a house in Decatur, Georgia, where he was staying. Shots were fired, and one of the attackers, 27-year-old Pookie Locke, an associate of Jeezy, was killed. His body was later discovered behind a nearby middle school. Police quickly named Gucci Mane a suspect. The charges? Murder. But Gucci claimed self-defense from day one. He said he was ambushed and acted only to protect himself. After investigating, authorities agreed. By January 2006, prosecutors dropped the murder charge, stating there was insufficient evidence to pursue the case further. The incident forever changed the course of Southern rap. The tension between Gucci and Jeezy turned into one of hip-hop's most infamous beefs, spilling into songs, interviews, and street legend. But Gucci didn't just walk free. He walked out a survivor, later referencing the case on tracks like The Truth. Number 4, Lil Durk, the Atlanta shooting that nearly ended his run. Chicago rapper Lil Durk knows all about close calls with the law. For years, his name was tied to the streets, from his early OTF movement to his involvement in Chicago's drill scene. But nothing came closer to ending his freedom than in 2019, a man was shot outside the Varsity, a famous restaurant in downtown Atlanta. The victim survived, but sustained serious injuries. Surveillance footage showed Lil Durk and fellow rapper King Von at the scene. Not long after, Durk was charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. For the next 3 years, the case lingered, motions, hearings, and endless speculation. Then, in October 2022, everything changed. The Fulton County DA dropped all 5 felony charges against Durk, citing prosecutorial discretion. Translation: there wasn't enough solid evidence to convict him. Durk's lawyer, Manny Aurora, said what many fans already believed: the case should have been dismissed long before. No witness cooperation, weak surveillance footage, and no forensic proof tied Durk directly to the shooting. Number 5, A$AP Rocky, 2 cases, 2 close calls. A$AP Rocky's legal run-ins show just how unpredictable fame can be. He's faced 2 major assault and shooting cases, one international, one right at home, and somehow came out clean on both. The first was in 2019 when Rocky, real name Rakeem Mayers, got into a fight in Stockholm, Sweden. Videos circulated online showing Rocky and his entourage throwing punches and tossing a man across the street. The man, Mustafa Jafari, suffered cuts and a fractured rib. The case blew up internationally, partly because Rocky claimed he was being harassed and followed before the fight broke out. His defense argued self-defense, but Swedish prosecutors weren't buying it. They charged him with assault, causing actual bodily harm. The trial was swift. Rocky was found guilty, but the court ruled the assault wasn't severe enough for a prison sentence. Instead, he got a conditional release. No jail time, just a fine and damages paid to Jafari. For most people, that would be a nightmare. For Rocky, it was a PR storm that only boosted his fame. Even President Trump at the time tried to intervene to get him home early. Fast forward to 2025, and Rocky faced a far more serious case, this time in the US. His childhood friend and former A$AP mob member, A$AP Relly, accused him of shooting him during a confrontation in Los Angeles. The allegation shocked fans. Prosecutors claimed there was evidence linking Rocky to the shooting, and the case went to trial. After a 1-4-day legal battle, Rocky was acquitted. His defense team tore apart the prosecution's claims, arguing that the story was full of contradictions and that no forensic evidence directly tied him to firing the weapon. Once again, he walked out of court free, calm, and untouchable, the same swagger he's known for in music and fashion. These 5 rappers, Nelly, Snoop Dogg, Gucci Mane, Lil Durk, and A$AP Rocky, all stood at the edge of legal disaster. In another world, each one of them could have been serving time instead of performing on stage. Whether you call it justice or privilege, the result is the same. These artists walked away when the odds said they shouldn't.